the Festival of Children's Films. And then at 10:30 and 1 o'clock, have you ever sat through the credits at the end of a film and wondered who did what? Well, tomorrow, here in the base of the Calgary Tower, they'll be staging a film. They're going to call it The Kidnapping of the Stars, and you can see an actual film crew at work. That's 10:30 and again at 1 o'clock. And then it all wraps up here at the Palliser Hotel with the grand gala, the awarding of the prizes, and a special tribute to our own Ann Wheeler and director Colin Lowe. The Calgary Celebration of Canadian Film. Now let's take a look at a new product from Hollywood. This is a film about a time in Tinseltown when there wasn't a lot of sparkle.
I want you to make this picture for me, David. But we got a problem.
You certainly do, David. Sitting in Darrell F. Zanuck's personal screening room, listening to the silky voice of the most powerful man in Hollywood, telling you have a problem. By the 50s, the Red Hunting House Un-American Activities Committee was enjoying its greatest power. There really wasn't a lot of communists out there, so the committee existed on innuendo and slur. It demanded that you name names, as if somehow by turning in your friends, you could prove you were a loyal American. The committee fed on publicity, and it didn't take it long to discover Hollywood. In the film Guilty by Suspicion, Robert De Niro's character returns to Hollywood after making a film in Europe. It's a very different place he comes home to.
Mr. Merrill, are you now a member of the Communist Party?
Now, Graff has asked the committee to give you this opportunity to explain your past affiliations.
Well, there's nothing to explain. I went to a couple of meetings, that's it.
Your affiliations and those of others.
What others?
The same thing that happened to me is going to happen to you.
No, it won't.
The hell it won't, I'm telling you. I hope you're making a lot on those rewrites, because you're going to have to get a good lawyer.
Some, seeing their careers dissolving around them, cracked. This scene may seem a little far-fetched, but it actually happened in the fear-ridden Hollywood of 1951.
Ask him who he names today, David! Ask him!
Don't listen to her. She's cracked.
No, Matt, go. Matt, go. I mean, how many of your friends did you sell out? Did you name me? Did you name your son?
Guilty by Suspicion is a rather plodding film that tries hard but founders in its own painful sincerity, rendered all the more disappointing when you think of the film that might have been made about those terrible times. 3 stars of 5 for Guilty by Suspicion.
Well, it's too bad, really. There's no doubting the sincerity of the film, and the cast is terrific, but... Well, we're here at the Edmonton Convention Center for the Edmonton Food and Wine Festival. It's worth a trip to the capital city to take it in. Foods and wines from all over the world. It'll be holding forth here in the Convention Center until Sunday. Well, now let's check out some more films and what's new on video.
Joe, you open up. I just want to know what it feels like to be inside your skin.
I don't want you inside my skin. Do you understand?
The Hard Way is a schlocky Hollywood buddy film with Michael J. Fox and James Woods as a pair of mismatched cops. The film moves with the pace of a high-speed police chase. It's filled with spectacular stunts, foul and often funny dialogue, and is a pretty good entertainment.
I need some New Jack cops to take down a New Jack gangster.
New Jack City is as dark and violent a film as we've seen this year. 2 undercover cops bust a crack ring in New York. It's fast, but confused, with too many plot lines going in all directions.
She's an innocent child. She's a Bane child.
Blood Clan is an Alberta-produced film that is much slicker than its million-dollar budget would suggest. The child of a bloodthirsty Scottish clan is rescued from death, but when she grows up in Alberta, terrible murders begin to happen. A relatively bloodless horror film with some scary moments.
You're working some angle, and don't tell me you're not, because I wrote the book.
The Grifters tells of 3 small-time con artists trying to get to the big time. Terrific performances in a sleazy, cynical, and empty film that goes nowhere.
Suck it on, a young man. Love.
The Doors is Oliver Stone's stylish but overpowering recreation of the life and times of 60s rock icon Jim Morrison. Stone is so determined to give us a psychedelic trip that he loses such niceties as characterization. Val Kilmer is a remarkable reincarnation of Morrison.
I'll help you catch him, Clary.
The Silence of the Lambs remains one of the best movie bets around. An unsettling film about the hunt for a deranged killer. Now, in the video stores, White Hunter Black Heart is Clint Eastwood's disappointing vanity film about famous director John Huston making the film The African Queen interesting only to movie buffs. DuckTales, the movie, puts Donald and the boys right into Indiana Jones. Well-made animation feature. Christian Slater turns in a fine performance as a teenager who operates a pirate radio station in Pump Up the Volume. Tune in tomorrow as another neglected film. Keanu Reeves and Barbara Hershey and Peter Falk star in an often uproarious movie about the soap opera days on radio. Good viewing.
Well, coming up on the NewsHour, women's shelters in Alberta say they can't keep up with the demand for help. That story next.